Right, but I want to talk about what do Mbuemo and Cunha add to Manchester United. I'll be running through what to expect from them, talk about some interesting stats and facts about them as well, and kind of giving you a brief overview to what you can expect from them going on to the pre-season tour and ultimately going into the season. Because listen, they're two players who we signed for over 120, what was it, 62 and 71, so 133 million. Obviously, it's going to be paid across installments, but it is a lot of money for two players. Now, as I said, very, very excited for these two. They're two dynamic Premier League proven forwards who certainly had a lot of quality to this Manchester United team. They also had Premier League experience and also goals and assists. I think it's clear last season we scored nowhere near enough goals. We struggled to score goals, and that's something United brought in across last season. And Mbuemo scored 20 goals and got 7 assists, which was, in terms of goals, was the 4th highest in the Premier League. Matheus Cunha scored 15 goals and got 6 assists. So if you want to break that into goals and assists, that's 35 goals and 13 assists United add into their team. As I said, it won't be completely translated into Manchester United, but you would hope what they've been doing at their respective sides would be transformed to Manchester United. Now, these are two players who, outside of your Salahs and the players in the top 6, basically, they are the best two players. And I think what Mbuemo's done, as I said, last season was fantastic. And before that, he's had decent seasons. But especially with Mbuemo, what makes him more impressive is he wasn't really, he was a decent player there, but he wasn't the main man. It was Ivan Toney. And there was a lot of pressure on him to step up when Ivan Toney left. And he did do that remarkably well. In terms of Cunha, he came into a very, very poor Wolves side. And I think he transformed them. He is their talisman. He has been their key man for a long time. And I think you look at what you add to Manchester United, you have already top creative players there. You have your the Amads, the Xerxes, these sorts of players who are quality, the Bruno Fernandes, and now you add Cunha and Mbuemo. It's absolutely fantastic. As I said, I'm excited to see how they fit into the team and how they gel with the other quality players that we have. I think Mbuemo's signing was the more impressive one because there were lots of links. I mean, Chelsea wanted to make a surprise late bid. Newcastle were interested. Tottenham, Arsenal. So there were clubs interested in Bryan Mbuemo. And for me, what makes it even more excited is the fact that these two players chose Manchester United. They didn't want to come here they obviously want to come for the money, but the main reason they chose is you can see they're happy that they want to come to Manchester United. So ultimately, Mbuemo and Cunha, I'm very, very happy. I think they're two exciting players who again improve our team, and they add depth. And I think something that's important. You have players like Garnacho, Rashford, who's gone on loan to Barca, Anthony, Sancho, who, let's be honest, they're decent players, but they're just not tailor-made for the Ruben Amorim system. And you look at someone like Cunha, who Vitor Pereira at Wolves was playing that similar system, and when he did come up against United, you've seen how Cunha thrived. You look at Mbuemo, again, I can't, is it a 3-4-3 or, but I do remember Mbuemo playing in that position. I think what you do get from Mbuemo is he's much more of a clinical striker and someone who can score goals. And Cunha and Mbuemo are two of the best players at doing that. As I said, it's clear that Amorim wanted to bring goals into the team, and that's why he's done that with these two players. It's a different sort of approach in terms of what United have been used to over the last couple of years in terms of transfer policy. We're not very used to signing Premier League proven players. Obviously, we've signed Prem players before, like the likes of Eriksen, who have had Premier League experience. But getting these two out of their respective sides and bringing them to Manchester United has been absolutely fantastic. Again, in terms of fee, I think, 70 million for, Alanga went for 55, João Pedro went for around 55, 60. So to get Mbuemo, who scored way more goals than they did, for £71 million, and it's going to be paid across 4 years, is a pretty good deal. And as I said, look what they're going to do. You look at this United team, you've seen glimpses of it in Cunha's debut against Leeds, where he was carrying the ball through midfield. He's a player who likes to take risks and isn't shy to do the less common thing, and I think that's something that I do like about him. And Mbuemo as well, hopefully we see him more as pre-season goes on. But listen, they're going to be two big players, and the fact that they get to gel and kind of get involved in the squad on pre-season is fantastic, because in recent years we've signed some of our big signings. I remember Casemiro a couple seasons ago, like he came in, it was Liverpool when we beat him 2-1. I think we had a few shaky performances, and we lost to Brighton, a few other up and down performances, and then United spent 70 million on Casemiro. Then after that, he was getting minutes here and there. I remember McTominay was playing, and we were asking, where's Casemiro? Like, getting their players in before pre-season is huge. It allows them to gel, allows them to be more in with the team. But yeah, listen, I think they're going to add quality, goals and assists, experience, and ultimately, hopefully they can be the two players to take this United team to the next level, because ultimately we need that. But let me know your thoughts.